2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. In this game, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. The Atlanta Hawks in recent years, a new ownership group, a changeover in the front office, new players in key roles. How do you create continuity given all of those changes, Shaq?
Well, it's not an easy thing to do, but with our good friend Grant Hill, part of the ownership group, I think they've done a good job, all things considered.
Well, they have a consistent philosophy now. You know, a style of play. They draw and kick. They have ball movement, unselfishness. So you know how to trade better, you know how to draft better, and definitely know how to coach better.
Kevin Harlan is standing by as we approach tip-off.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So glad you could join us here in Brooklyn, the home of the Nets. And, of course, Tyler Zeller. Team moving on here without him.
And, Kevin, he was an important player for him, I think more than people give him credit for. And that's not to say the trade was a mistake, but this is a guy they'll miss.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, this matchup was a win the first time these two teams met, and he said, I know a lot of people were surprised by how well we handled them in that game, but it was no surprise to us. We knew how well we matched up with them, and it was just a matter of executing the game plan. Well, let's see if they can repeat that performance today, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Well, Clark, tonight a rarity. Both these teams love to run their offense through the block, through the big men. Why is that a dying trend in the NBA?
Well, I think the three-point shot has dictated that more teams are going to utilize that. Then analytics have come into play. The three-point shot is more valuable than the easy two in many cases. So teams are really tilting their offenses towards spacing the floor, shooting the three-point shot more than pounding the ball inside.
Ready to go?
And the pace of the game now lends itself to more three-point shooting and perimeter shooting than posting up.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Schroeder in at the one spot. That shot off. Atlanta on D. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And over time, it looked like they were resigned to their fate. They kind of gave in. It's hard to come back when you get down like they were, and they just didn't seem to have enough fight to make a go of it.
That one drops for him.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Russell kicks to Mozgov. Back to Russell. To the paint. Picked by Mozgov. And there's the 3-second violation. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Schroeder dishes to Bazemore. Passes it to Ilyasova over Okafor. And there's Ilyasova on the assist by Bazemore.
Nice use that time of the mid-range area of the floor from Ilyasova. His stroke, so nice.
Mozgov kicks to Lynn. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Ilyasova up top. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. Ilyasova against Okafor. From deep, Prince, and he's good on the 3-ball. Prince has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Brooklyn with the ball. It's a 5-point game. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, you need that juice, that gas coming off the pine. Always a luxury to have a deep bench. And when they can step in and play well, you're in good shape.
Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw missing. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and of course KG. But unfortunately all past their prime. That team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
Here's Lynn, and stolen by Bazemore. Oh, and here comes Prince, all alone. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kills, showing no mercy in transition their part.
And it's Okafor missing.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And he makes the first.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
Yeah, and it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks are taking the first steps to building towards the future.
Yeah, nicely done with the size to wall off guys on the screen. Mozgov has the fluidity and agility to roll off under control.
Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 19-point game against Cleveland.
And you know, Kevin, his creativity really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
Nets trail by 6. Inside. Fader on the way, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Got a piece of it. Dishes it to Dedmon. The feed now to Bazemore. Dedmon kicks it over to Schroeder. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Prince, the pass to Schroeder. Here's Dedmon. Mozgov covering. Clock at 4. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lynn dishes to Okafor. Lynn kicks to Okafor. Picked by Mozgov. Here's Lynn. That shot no good. And Atlanta will come the other way. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
Really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
And stolen by Cram. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Mozgov. Lynn kicks to Okafor. Back to Lynn. Shot clock at 5. Shoots from 12. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
At his height, with his size, I mean, that high release point on the jumper, very difficult to alter Mozgov's shot.
And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. There's a screen. With the teardrop, Mozgov with the block. And that one's good. Schroeder.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
Nets trail by 4. Lynn with it. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. Clock at 6. Here's Okafor over Ilyasova. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick in 2015 out of Duke. He was in the conversation for top pick overall.
Yeah, he certainly was, and deservedly so. Now, his value has fallen off a bit since coming into the league, but with big guys, you got to be patient. Don't discard him yet. He's a very polished scorer and a good finisher around the goal. He's got to improve some other areas, but this guy's going to be around for a long time.
And that one falls for Okafor. Clark, you played with so many players throughout your terrific career. What was the one trait that you found made a player easy to play with on the floor?
Well, I think it starts with skill and ability, and everybody has that in the NBA. But attitude and demeanor, unselfishness is kind of where I'm headed there. Desire to do what's needed and to recognize strengths and weaknesses. And then the other piece was this personality, a real joy in playing the game. And those things, to me, always lent themselves to being a good teammate.
Now, here's Bazemore. 23 points his last outing. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Nets.
And the 3-point shot was a huge part of their game plan. When it was falling, it made them very hard to defend. Opponents were stretched out all over the place.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in. Atlanta also making some changes here. Allen's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Luke Babbitt comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Bellinelli in for Kent Bazemore. There's the pick. Here's Delaney. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
It's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Allen outside. The dish to Carroll. Pass to Dinwiddie. Taken away. The Nets making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Collins, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Moving it up. Muscala gets the bucket. Now it's a 4-point Hawks lead. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Atlanta.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
The shot by Carroll, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Bellinelli passes to Delaney. Kicks to Muscala. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Delaney. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's LeVert. To the paint. Here's Allen. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And Karis LeVert is a very willing passer, somebody who's always looking to set up his teammates, actually focuses on doing that.
Delaney kicks to Babbitt. The pass to Bellinelli. Offline with his three. Nets trail by 4. Carroll passes to LeVert. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Feeds to Bellinelli. And it's off from three-point range. And even 3-on-3 break. There's the three. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got his first 3 points of the game.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Here's Delaney. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Collins. It's deflected. There's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The shot's good from Delaney. Delaney's got his second basket.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Here's Carroll. The shot that time not on target. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. The Hawks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. One is off. Clark, a lot of former players had a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Bingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBAer.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Dallas. And he goes in for the dunk.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And Atlanta has possession. Delaney kicks to Muscala. Passes it to Delaney. Nailed from three-point land. Delaney's got 7. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Levert the pass to Dinwiddie. He kicks it to Allen. There's a good screen. To the left side wing. Off the screen. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Well, you still got to know the situation and be aware. I mean, he wasn't getting to that ball. Best to not get out of control and pick up that foul.
He's off on the first. It's been a coaching carousel in Brooklyn in recent years, Clark. Your thoughts on Coach Kenny Atkinson, who came from Atlanta, and what he's done there, and what about his staff?
Well, you know, brave souls, and I think Kenny Atkinson has the right approach. Time will tell what kind of coach he becomes, but I like what I've seen from him. He confessed that people he respected told him he'd be insane to take the job, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, and he stepped into it. The Nets have to return the faith he showed and give him time to build this team.
The Hawks leading by 4. Now Bellinelli. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. They set the pick. Pass to Delaney. Jacks up a 3. The shot comes out, and that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Atlanta up by 4. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, you know, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Collins is out there with Luke Babbitt. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Delaney in at the point. The Nets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Carroll. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin, there are a couple of things. The athleticism, the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
Here's Bellinelli. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Carroll after the basket by Atlanta. Here's Allen. Rebound by Muscala.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Now here's Carroll. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. Here's LeVert, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket. And, you know, the Nets traded away their starting power forward, Thaddeus Young, in exchange for 2 draft picks. The big prize, Michigan combo guard and Ohio native Karis LeVert. He showed potential in his rookie season. I think he's got a bright future.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Okafor is checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Russell comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Dinwiddie. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And LeVert taken with the 20th pick in the 2016 draft. Great versatility offensively.
Yeah, and he comes from good stock. You know, he's a Central Ohio native, so I've got to get that plug in for Mr. LeVert. He shows good decision-making skills and can play off the ball well, too, so this guy's got a lot going for him.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional.
And, Kevin, I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
Here's Bazemore, and count it from 19 feet away. And now it's a 3-point Hawks lead.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. It's the Nets now, following the bucket by the Hawks. They set the pick. Lin dishes to Russell. Pass to LeVert. Lots of room. Second chance shot, and that one's good. Russell.
And this is what you get with a bigger guard. D'Angelo able to finish through contact.
Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. The Hawks working the ball around. Back to Schroeder. And Okafor with the block. And they'll keep possession. Outside Russell. Outside Lin. It's tipped. And here's Schroeder. His scoring numbers are pretty strong. He's up there at 21 points a game on average.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta.
Attacking on the drive, and that's going to give Russell some free throws this time.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 overall pick in 2015 out of Ohio State. Greg, in your opinion, what makes him so special as a prospect?
I think it's all about his skill level. I mean, the league loves players who can handle, pass, and shoot. And he can do all 3 at an elite level. And he's not just a stationary shooter. He can hit pull-ups, a very good in-between game as well. Let's just see if he can continue his maturation process.
First one falls for him.
Hey, you know, D'Angelo Russell clearly has had his missteps. A lot of young players do. Embroiled in a controversy a couple of seasons back that hurt his relationship with his teammates. I think he's still in the process of working to recover that trust.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Mozgov, he's checked in for Allen. And Krebs subbed in for LeVert. And Russell in the past criticized Clark for his maturity or the lack of maturity. But, you know, Clark, we forget how young a lot of these guys are.
Yeah, well said. They are young, but there is a level of professionalism that you have to embrace pretty quickly. And D'Angelo struggled with that initially, but he's the kind of kid, he's smart, he wants to be good. I think he's going to zero in and put it all together because we know the talent is there. Now it's about maturing.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Both free throws good from Crabbe. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Schroeder passes to Ilyasova. Atlanta again missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Russell dishes to Okafor. And no good that time. And Atlanta will come the other way. It's deflected. Bazemore on the wing. He's guarded by Russell. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, but they've also protected the paint extremely well. You see that in their block shot totals, but also they've altered a lot of shots.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The number 2 pick of the 2015 draft, Russell trying to mature into the leader everybody expects him to be.
Here's Dedmon. 5 points in the game. Can they get it? And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And it's Schroeder missing. Nets leading by 6. Russell left side. And stolen by Bazemore. Here's Schroeder. Count it. Schroeder's got 6.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Now here's Lynn. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. And Mozgov throws it down.
Well, I tell you, when Okafor sees a wide-open teammate, he really zips the ball over to set him up for a clean look at the bucket.
The Hawks trail by 6. Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. He feeds it to Prince. Ilyasova, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 7.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Lynn kicks to Mozgov. Back to Lynn. He dishes it to Okafor. Over Ilyasova. And it's Okafor missing.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter. Not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Schroeder. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And now just a 1-point Nets lead for Brooklyn. They've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. And stolen by Prince. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Here's Ilyasova. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Nets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Okafor, the pass to Mozgov. And he makes the bucket. Drew Konjek and gets the whistle, too.
Love the hard-nosed attitude of Mozgov. Earns himself a bucket, plus the trip to the line.
For Brooklyn, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
One shot, gentlemen.
And, you know, the Russian Mozgov is a really valuable big guy, effective on both ends of the floor, and those guys are hard to find.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Ilyasova is screen on Russell. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Russell dishes to Mozgov, and Mozgov throws it down.
You never pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. Russell does that, finds the open man nicely.
Lynn against Schroeder. Prince, the pass to Schroeder. Here's the screen. Inside. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Dedmon.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
A nice shot by Lynn. Lynn's got 4 this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Dedmon. He's got 7. Nobody near Schroeder. Gets a very good look and converts. Schroeder's got 10 points in the game. Brooklyn leading by 4. Now here's Lynn. Picked by Mozgov, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 8 points for Lynn.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Back to Schroeder. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany handed the keys as the full-time starter at the point guard in his 4th season.
And with his confidence and competitive spirit, you know, he was chomping at the bit for that opportunity. And you got to love his athleticism coupled with that big play capability. It's just exciting to see how good this young man can become.
And the first one drops. Some changes for Brooklyn. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Okafor. Damari Carroll comes in for Russell. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Mike Muscala is checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Collins comes in for Ilyasova. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's Bellinelli in for Kent Bazemore. Schroeder hits them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Schroeder. Dinwiddie dishes to Carroll. 14 feet away. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Carroll's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
And usually Carroll will stay beyond the arc. That time stepping in for the basket.
Schroeder, right side. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Here's Schroeder following the bucket by the Nets. Now the feed to Bellinelli. And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder. Nets leading by 8. Here's Dinwiddie. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
The Hawks making a switch here. Delaney's checked in. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Schroeder.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team. His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
The Hawks have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. That one misses for Collins.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMarre Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
The Hawks trail by 10. Here's Delaney. 7 points in the game. Collins kicks to Babbitt for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And for DeMarre Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
Yeah, he can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
What an offensive outburst tonight from an unlikely source, Timofey Mozgov.
Atlanta's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. They set the pick. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now.
And let's give them some credit for that outstanding shooting percentage as well. I mean, they're working hard to take the smart shots, not just the first shot that presents itself. And I think that's really paying off.
Allen's checked in for the Nets. We've got 1:23 left in the first half of the game. Dinwiddie passes to Hollis Jefferson. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And now it's an 11-point Nets lead. Delaney kicks to Collins. The pass to Delaney. Dishes to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 6. Off the pick. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
There's the lob to the hoop, and that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll.
Hey, Kevin, no idea what happened there, quite honestly. I mean, seemed like he just mistimed that pass.
The Hawks trail by 11. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bellinelli passes to Delaney. The dish to Babbitt. And DeMarre Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's the Hawks now. Now Bellinelli. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Clock at 4. Delaney. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's LeVert. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
That's just really good clock management there. I mean, that's how you close a quarter.
And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up at the end of the period. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A stellar first half for for Timofey Mozgov. He ended up with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Timofey Mozgov with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination. Strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Nets leading by 13. Lynn and Russell are in the backcourt. Jahlil Okafor is out there with Mozgov. And it's Crabbe in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson.
And the awareness from Lynn, outstanding. A true point guard who really sees the floor well.
Here's Schroeder. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And here's a look at the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Some impressive play from him over the last month. Right around 21 points per, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
They get it again. Lynn dishes to Okafor. And it's blocked.
Boy, the defensive chops of Ilyasova really coming into play here. I mean, quite surprising, actually impressive at how good he is at timing those shot blocks.
Bazemore gets the bucket. Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Schroeder right side from outside the arc. Crabbe pulls it in. Nets leading by 13. Russell kicks to Lynn. Offensive rebound, and Mozgov throws it down.
Beautiful timing there by Mozgov. Converts off the miss.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Edmond passes to Schroeder. Lets a floater go, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Hit, shooting one.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Schroeder. 90 seconds now into the second half. Pick by Okafor. Outside Russell. Back to Lynn. Pick by Okafor. Lynn kicks to Okafor. Crabbe in the corner. And stolen by Prince. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Prince with the ball. But they'll get another chance. Schroeder, right side. He's looking for Prince and finds him.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Picked by Mozgov. And Okafor has it in the corner. Picked off in midair. Bazemore with it. He's picked up by Russell. It's deflected. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Really starting to come into play now is the mindset of Ilyasova inside, using every inch of his wingspan to get these shots up and in.
Crab picked by Okafor. It's deflected. Prince outside. Here's Bazemore. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lynn dishes to Crab. And stolen by Prince. Bazemore on the wing. No good from outside. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Crab. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Crab's got 6.
Already one of the league's more creative assist men. Russell making people around him better.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And let's see which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at the leading field goal percentages among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. Timofey Mozgov is second.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
It's tipped. Schroeder against Land. Schroeder passes to Dedmon. Ilyasova sets a screen for Prince. And he goes big with the dunk right over Mozgov.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
And the Nets with possession here. Following the bucket by the Hawks. Okafor kicks to Lynn. Down low. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Lynn. 9 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And that's Coach Kenny Atkinson before taking over in Brooklyn, a key assistant in Atlanta under Coach Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah, and you talk about the Spurs coaching tree. There are a lot of good branches on that tree, boy. Budenholzer spent almost 2 decades in San Antonio. Now his assistant in Atlanta, Kenny Atkinson, is the head coach in Brooklyn.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And, you know, under the circumstances, Greg, that's a good foul. You just can't let him have that throwdown.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled. And they've hit a lot of high percentage shots in this game.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Prince. Brooklyn leading by 6. Outside, Lynn, and it's Okafor at the elbow. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 6 assists now in the game.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
This is the kind of player Ilyasova is. I mean, as soon as he has the ball in his hands, he's thinking about letting the shot go.
Lynn with it. 8 points for him. And it's Mozgov in the corner. Here's Okafor. Dedmon with the block. Okafor with the steal. Outside, Lynn. And stolen by Ilyasova. Lynn against Schroeder. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Now it's just a 3-point Nets lead. Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Crab dishes to Okafor. Over Ilyasova. Second chance shot. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And a brief check now of the stats for Mozgov. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 2nd in field goal percentage, 15th in rebounding. And of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spurt.
And you mentioned it, he's the 2nd best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot. Free throw good, Okafor.
Tell you, when it comes to low post scoring, Okafor is a legitimate beast inside. A player with a lot of upside.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Damari Carroll comes in for Crabbe. Levert's checked in for Russell. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And then for Atlanta, Mike Muscala is checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Bellinelli comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Dennis Schroeder. Both free throws good from Okafor. The Hawks trail by 5. Delaney, the pass to Prince. Kicks it to Bellinelli. Ilyasova a screen. Launches it. Rebound, Brooklyn. Okafor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Prince. Offensive rebound.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Delaney, the pass to Muscala. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. He used that pick to get in close. Ilyasova's got 14.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Here's Prince. That shot off. Excellent D there from Okafor. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
And LeVert is always aggressive. I like that mindset of his, especially in how he drives to the rim playing downhill. Goes there with a lot of speed.
Here's Delaney. He has 7. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Carroll. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And now a 9-point Brooklyn lead. And Karis LeVert enjoying a lot of playing time on a rebuilding Nets team, Clark. What did he show you?
A little bit of everything. I thought he had a chance to be a really good pro. He's got an excellent assist-to-turnover ratio for a young guy. Sees over the top because of his size. Doesn't try to do too much. Unselfish, smart, good work ethic. All of that stacks up to long-time, impactful pro.
And the foul called on Malcolm Delaney. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Okafor. LeVert feeds to Allen. It's stolen by Muscala. Here's Babbitt with the 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass. The Hawks trail by 7. Delaney kicks to Muscala.
Passes it to Delaney. There's the pick. He feeds it to Babbitt from downtown. The second chance effort. Shot by Collins, no good. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Dinwiddie dishes to Carroll. Allen with the screen for Carroll. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Here's Allen. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Allen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Carroll. He's got 8. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Now here's Carroll. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Rebound, Atlanta. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Muscala. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got 8 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Babbitt. Here's Collins. Bellinelli passes to Delaney. There's the pick. He tries for 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's LeVert. 11 points in the game. The shot missing. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. In the corner, it's Delaney. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one.
I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
And he makes the first. Carroll hits them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's Delaney. He's got 7. Babbitt kicks to Muscala. To the inside. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Misses, and the dry spell continues. 14 feet away. The shot, no good. And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action after this word. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Let's be the one that just plays harder. Keep playing through it. Keep playing.
Keep playing our game. Here we go.
Mike Budenholzer laying it down to his good team, asking a little bit more from the energy standpoint, more effort from his guys.
Yeah, and I think he sees an opportunity for them to try and make a move here. Doesn't want to let that pass by.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Collins. He's out there with Mike Muscala. Luke Babbitt is out there with Bellinelli. And it's Delaney in at the point guard position.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Here's Dinwiddie. There's a screen. Up off the screen, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too. Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Connects from three-point range. And the Nets lead by 17.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
So for the Nets, Russell, he's checked in for LeVert, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Dinwiddie. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Delaney kicks it to Bazemore. There's a good screen for three. Rebounded by the Nets. Lynn's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Carroll dishes to Allen. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Here's Babbitt. After the basket by Brooklyn. Muscala, the pass to Delaney. 5 on the clock. Looking to end the run. The shot is good off the backboard.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Outside Russell. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, awful defending, really. But in the end, they dodged a bullet. They can't let shooters get clean looks from outside, though.
Here's Bazemore. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bazemore's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Collins, a screen on Lynn. Here's Delaney. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3 ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
And Bazemore kicks to Collins. The feed now to Muscala. Back to Delaney. They set the pick. Fires at the elbow. Some solid defense there from Lynn. Brooklyn leading by 15. Inside. Here's Carroll. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Moves back up. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Bazemore. Softly drops in the floater.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Timeout called the Nets.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
And going into last season, Kent Bazemore commanding a salary in excess of $17 million. Greg, how did an undrafted player coming off his first starting season in the league get that kind of salary?
Timing is everything. Reflection of the market. You remember you had that huge spike in the cap. It's also a bet on his upside and work ethic. And with Bazemore, you see that the dedication to improve is there, and that's what made the Hawks comfortable with the contract.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Here's Lynn. He dishes it to Mozgov. Kicks to Crab. Over Prince. Here's Okafor and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Prince with it. He's picked up by Russell. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
One shot.
They are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Brooklyn leading by 9. Lynn dishes to Mozgov. There's a good screen. Picked by Okafor. Mozgov kicks to Russell. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Okafor, the pass to Lynn. Shoots over Schroeder. A nice shot by Lynn. And the Nets lead by 11.
There you see the versatility of Okafor. I mean, an exceptional passer for a big guy.
Dedmon. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. And here is Lynn. Picked by Okafor. Lynn dishes to Okafor. Russell kicks to Crab from deep. Here's Okafor, who's back up, and it's good on the layup.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. Hawks passing it around. Ilyasova against Okafor. Prince's shot is good.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Lynn kicks to Okafor. Now here's Cram. Guarded by Prince. Good.
Boy, I love watching the ball get into the post. Reminds me of my days doing work down there. When you have this kind of positioning, scoring is simple.
Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Now here's Schroeder. Dishes to Dedmon. Here's Prince, and he slams it one-handed.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
So it's Brooklyn now after the basket by Atlanta. Russell, no good. Prince outside. Mozgov grabs the board. Nets leading by 7. Russell inside. He's covered by Bazemore. And it's Russell missing. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Here's Prince. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Now here's Lynn. Here's Okafor. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Okafor's got 10 points here in the second half. Lynn against Schroeder. Here's Dedmon. Prince, that's for 2. Back to Dedmon. Schroeder outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Schroeder's got 6 in the quarter.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Now Okafor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nets lead by 5.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Now the dish to Schroeder. Feeds to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Shoots over Lynn. That one a little long. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Russell dishes to Okafor. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Here's Schroeder. Passes to Prince. Over Crabbe. Another miss by Prince. Nets leading by 5. Crabbe with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. Crabbe the pass to Mozgov. Okafor kicks to Lynn. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Boy, I really like how Lynn positions himself. He's really good at getting to the hoop.
Ilyasova a screen. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. No good on that one. And he sinks the second. Brooklyn leading by 6. To the middle. It's stolen. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Finished off the break. Schroeder's got 16 here in the second half.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. And Okafor has it in the corner to the left side wing. There's Russell with the 3. The rebound by Prince. The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Bazemore, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Oh, why dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Lynn dishes to Mozgov. Back to Lynn. That shot off the mark. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Up the floor to take the lead. Ilyasova hits the bucket. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Hey, whenever things are tight in the ball game, Ilyasova steps up and wants the ball in his hand.
To the wing right side. Lynn against Schroeder. Pass to LeVert. Shoots over Bazemore. Almost, but it rolls out. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And it's Schroeder missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Schroeder against Lang. Score the basket. His 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And Lynn is no stranger to the big moment. He shines brightest when he needs to with these kinds of baskets.
They get it back. Connects!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Now here's Lynn. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth. Here's LeVert. Nails it.
Man, I like the competitive spirit of LeVert. Never backs down from taking these enormous shots. That shows you how confident he is.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Jeremy Lin.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Schroeder against Land. Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. Shoots over Mozgov. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Crabbe. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run it.
So it's the Hawks now. They trail by 1. Schroeder against Land. It's Schroeder with the drive.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
Deep 2 from Russell. Can't connect. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.